In this video, we're going to show you a few tips and a few things that you can do to your Google account to make it more secure. In order to do that, log into your Gmail or your Google account, click on your name up the top here and then click on My Account. You can also go straight to myaccount.google.com. The security screen and settings in here allow you to do a number of things. So we're just going to scroll down a little bit, and the first thing is you should keep your password up to date. This one's a little bit old, so I'm now going to go in and change that password. So first is it will ask you to log in, and then it's going to ask me to enter a new password. Okay, I've entered in a new password, so I'm going to confirm that. Now, I would recommend, because everybody needs lots of different passwords these days, to use a piece of software. For example, a password manager like LastPass. That's this little icon up here. So LastPass allows you to log in to multiple websites and it records the usernames and passwords for you. It is also then secured itself. The benefit being that you only need to remember one username and password for LastPass, and then you can use the Google Authenticator application to give that two-step authentication. This also gives you a benefit that on your phone, you can use Touch ID, for example, on an iPhone, and use your fingerprint to access LastPass. It also helps you log into apps that are on your phone too. Alright, so the second thing we can look at inside of signing into Google is two-step verification. So let's go through and go ahead and enable that. So I'm going to click on Start Setup. And what two-step authentication does is sends me, first of all, a text message, and then I can use that. So whenever I log in, I'll get a text message, which I then have to enter. So let's go through that. I'm going to wait for that text message. All right, there it is, and I'm going to click Verify. So because this is a public computer, it's not a public computer, it's mine, I'm going to say trust this, so it's only going to ask me every 30 days. Every time I log in, each 30 days, it's going to ask me for this verification. And I'm now going to say, yep, cool, that's all good, I'm going to confirm and turn that on. What I'll need to do is reconnect some applications. So actually, let's go through that now. The reason for this is that there are several applications where you don't get a second opportunity to put another password in or to put in that code. So in here, what you now need to do is say, all right, well, I want, for example, my iPhone to be able to access my mail. So we'll do mail, and then we'll click on iPhone. And I'm going to click generate. So that's going to give me a password. And as you can see from this screenshot on the left, when you set up your account using the settings accounts portion of the iPhone, you can only put in a password. There's nowhere to put in the authenticated two-step verification code. So now that we've got this, what we actually have to do is copy this particular password, and we have to go type that into our account information on the iPhone. As you can see, you can go through and do that for a number of different devices. So these are all devices that are not web-based. They're applications on your phone or applications on your computer. And you can do one for mail, for calendar, for contacts, YouTube, or for other things, other items that come along that you can't put that two-step verification into. Now this also makes these kind of secure as well, because you can say, well, you know what, I've got mail on my phone, I now want to revoke that as well. Okay, so now that password that you've just seen won't work anymore. Thus, if I had it on my phone would start telling me that I can't now check in. All right, so let's just go back around to two-step verification again. So now what will happen is when I log in, I'm going to get a text message. I can actually do this and change over so that I'm on the Google Authenticator application. But before we do that, there's one other very important thing. First is you might want to add a second phone number, so your partner's, parents, someone like that, someone you trust, so that if you lose your phone and you no longer have access to it, you can get that code sent to another number. The second thing you should do is print or download the backup codes that are available. Okay. Now these codes you can use instead of the one that gets generated to an SMS or the one that gets generated to the Google Authentication application. It is important that you save these somewhere on your computer, ideally someone else's computer, someone obviously that you trust, but do not save these into Google Drive, because obviously if you're logged out you won't be able to get to them. So make sure those are somewhere in a safe place. Okay, the third and final step we can have a look at is we can switch to app. So I'm going to say, look, I've got this Google Authenticator application on my phone, and what it'll do is show me a barcode to scan. So on my device, I'm going to open the Google Authenticator application. I'm going to click plus and then scan barcode, and that will pick up the barcode and add a new item. So I'm just going to scroll down the screen to find that one, click 998742, so that's the code that Google Authenticator is showing me, click verify and save. So now instead of getting an SMS, I have to open the application on my phone, and that can cut out some of the delay time with regards to getting that number. If you ever need to turn this off, once you've logged in and you've entered the code, you can come in and hit turn off. And that is a quick summary about two-step authentication.